Okay, so next track in the Sammy Sonic Samplings series, man. By Sammy. No surname. I'm gonna say that on every single one. I found that funny. Anyway, this is called White Knuckles by Alter Bridge. Yet another Alter Bridge reaction. If you guys haven't noticed yet, I think Sammy likes Alter Bridge. You know what I mean? But I like Alter Bridge, so that's absolutely fantastic. And a lot of people love Alter Bridge as well. And this is part of a custom series that I'm offering. It's a product that I'm offering where you can request 15 reactions in a series, and you get custom artwork created, and it's fully exclusive to you, and all the little pop-ups and little bits and pieces of the video is all exclusive to you, and then it all goes up onto the Sphere under your own playlist, and it lives there forever. Any more information that you guys want on that, I am leaving the link in the pinned comment down below. I probably will run a special on that series. It's currently sitting at $150 for all of that, but I'll probably bring that price down and run a special for you guys at some point, right? So anyway, let's rock and roll, man. White Knuckles, Alter Bridge, let's go. Wow. Whoa, we're going in hard.
Are you still lost tonight? Living but dead inside. This is a proclamation. This is a call to rise. Are you abused alone?
Hey.
Walking with broken bones. If you feel you've been forgotten, let this song guide you home.
Hey.
We are the disillusioned. We've been left wanting more.
Hey.
For every aspiration hits the floor.
Hey, I kind of feel like this is like anti-system. It's kind of like, the song feels to me as if it's like go against the system. I've said this a couple of times about Alter Bridge, is that they're very subtle with their political stances. They do have political songs, but they're not so direct with it, right? It's actually subtle with it. They want you to, with regards to that, they want you to sort of read in between the lines in terms of what they're saying. They leave it as a broad notion, right? So for me, it's kind of like this over here is like, just don't play into, don't acquiesce all the time, right? Don't play into conformity and things like that, because that's gotten you nowhere, because you are being purposefully disillusioned. Come on, man, let's go.
Before every aspiration hits the floor, hold on for your life. Oh, we feel it so far from alive.
Hey.
The damned are done believing, and the cursed can dream no more.
Hey.
So hold on for your life, because only the strong.
Yes, I like that line. Only the strong survive. But they want you to be weak, though. They want you to be weak, dumb, stupid, docile, and fat in our society. That's what they want. That's what they want. Men can't be men anymore, right? You need to be weak, be fragile, be sensitive. Because when you're fragile and sensitive, who are you going to fight? Nobody.
Because only the strong survive. They tell you what you should be. They sell you their plastic dreams. Opinions are all provided.
Hey.
But nothing is what it seems.
Yes! When did they do this song? When did they do this song, right? This song is so prevalent and pertinent to today. Like literally, this song is for today, 2023. This song is for today. Come on, man.
Provided, but nothing is what it seems.
Nothing.
I dare you to take control, 'cause empty your hands and bruise all the souls of those who show no resistance, those who are weak below.
You see, the thing about today, like this line over here is such an important line, of those who show no resistance, right? The actual silence on the majority at the moment, with all this absolute lunacy that's going around the world today, right? You're always going to get the crazy people. The crazy people are going to try and push, right? If you let the lunatics out of the asylum, the lunatics are going to try and push their ideas. But the crazy thing is that everyone knows what's right. Everyone knows what's truth. Everyone knows what's normal. And what we are doing is we are ignoring it. The actual silence on the majority's part is fucking criminal. And I know that the system is designed, right, to keep you quiet because, God forbid, you rise up. They'll cancel you. They'll shun you from society. They'll end your life as you know it. You'll struggle to feed your family. But that is unfortunately what it takes. That's the bravery it takes to go up against a system, to actually not conform to something that you know is wrong. You know it's wrong, even though it's being veiled under the auspices of compassion. You know what's wrong. Like, you know what is right, you know what is wrong, you know what is truth, and you know what is lies, right? And somehow we accept the lies fucking blindly. We are playing the ostrich in the sand game over here. And I don't understand why. It's just the majority just keep quiet. And that's the criminal fact over here. Because if you let the evil take charge, the evil will take charge, right? And if you keep quiet, it's the broader majority, the moderate people that are sane and logical and have some sort of semblance of appreciation for the truth are the ones that are supposed to be fighting this tooth and nail, right? But the majority aren't. Like, the majority are staying silent. Look, there are people that are speaking up about it, and there are people that are fighting about it and whatever else. But the majority of people in their everyday lives where these things are encroaching are staying quiet just because if I don't stay quiet, my life could be shaken, right? And that's the crazy thing is that, yeah, it's fine. What you don't fight today, you will fight 3 times tomorrow. That's 100% going to be the situation. It happened in 1939, 1940 when World War II started. The amount of people that just turned a blind eye to what Hitler was doing and turned a blind eye to all of the atrocities that was happening. And it all started under the veil of compassion. All of it started that way, right? So firstly, people were disillusioned, but then afterwards, people knew the truth. The majority of the people knew the truth, but they chose to follow the lie. And then they had to eventually deal with that lie down the road where it was 10 times more painful than it was to deal with the lie as and when it started. So I guess that's just the way humanity is. That is just the way we are. History will always repeat itself because we tend to put ourselves in the world of comfortability and convenience, and then it's like, well, I don't really want to shake my world right now. I don't really want to, it's like, do I really want to stand up? And they bank on that. They bank on people doing that. Like, they bank on people saying, like, how many people want to go up against something and have their lives wrecked? Like, no, not many want to, right? But then at least know that this is what's going to happen to the world. And yes, you might not pay the price now, but down the line you are going to pay the price. You and your family and your children down the line are going to pay the price 50 times more than paying the price that you have to now for stopping it in its tracks. But anyway, carry on.
'Cause empty your hands and bruise all the souls of those who show no resistance, those who are weak below. We are the disenchanted who die with each passing day.
Love it!
No one here understands us, so I say, hold on for your life. Oh,
yes. You know why we feel so far? I'm sorry, I know I'm preaching on this one. I apologize, right? But the reason why I've actually cottoned down to something. Well, the reason why we actually feel like we're so far from alive is because we are literally, all we do is we couple up these nothing days, right? We seem to love these nothing days, and it's actually a product of society, and it's a product of the system that it's trying to create. It's trying to create us like that, the conveniences they give us and things like that. But if you actually look at the end of your year, like you go towards the end of your year, you go towards the end of a decade, right? You're turning from 20 to 30. You're going from your 20s into your 30s, and you look back in your 20s and you think to yourself, what the fuck did I do in my 20s? What a waste. I look back in my 20s like that. What a fucking waste. What a waste of money. What a waste of time. All I can do, it's just a compendium of nothing fucking days that had absolutely no meaning, that added nothing to my existence, that will add nothing to the value of my life down the line. Absolutely nothing. It was a cacophony of bullshit, right? And that is how society wants to mold us. It wants to mold us into like, just, take it easy. Don't do this today. You're okay as you are. It's okay to be fat. It's okay to be fucking stupid. It's okay to be depressed and miserable. It's okay to not be okay, right? And all of those notions, all of those like sort of tropes that they're throwing at you, right? The culmination of that is nothing fucking days. Nothing. Like nothing it's got no meaning. Right? At the end of a year, you look back and you're like, yeah, I had a whole bunch of nothing days where I did nothing and at least I chilled and I was on Netflix and whatever. Just time fucking wasted. And trust me, I'm guilty of that. But just time fucking wasted for absolutely nothing. A whole decade of my life, from my fucking 20s to my 30s. The times where I was like the most virulent, the most passionate, the most driven, right? And I was just swept into just nothing fucking days. Just a waste of absolute time. A decade I can never get back, right? All because of finger pointing and blaming. And at least, at the very least, in my 20s, I actually had a good body. Like, I don't have a terrible body now, but that's just because I was active and I love to do exercises. But if you just look back at that kind of thing, it's like, is that what you want from your life at the end of your life? You want to look back at fuck all days, and it's like, okay, well, I had a whole bunch of nothing days that I took it easy, days that I didn't get up, days that I stayed in bed, days that I decided to put my feelings over discipline, my feelings over responsibility, right? And it's like, and you can do that and you feel okay today, and down below you know that you feel unproductive. Like you feel worse because you're unproductive, right? And it just becomes this like snowball of just fucking bullshit, essentially. But that's what they want. That's actually what they want. They want you to have a life of no fucking value, because if they've got a life of no value, they get to sell you something that you can deem valuable. Let us do this for you, right? Let us don't go against us, because if you do, we'll pull that rug from right beneath you. We'll pull that rug, right? But yes, I mean, go and just chill, and it's okay to not be okay. And if you don't feel like this today, you don't feel like working, don't work today. And yes, I agree with you, 5-day work weeks are it's too much. We should do 4-day work weeks. You deserve to rest more, and all that fucking propagandistic bullshit that they're trying to throw at you. It's crazy that the uncomfortability, like if you're put in any sort of situation, like if you are put out in the fucking sun and it is 40 fucking degrees and you can feel it's just uncomfortable, your skin is fucking sizzling, it's burning, right? The first thing you'll do is you'll go under the shade because you feel uncomfortable. But we don't do that for our lives when our lives are in fucking shambles. Somehow, right, when our lives are in shambles, where it should be a state of, you should be in a state of uncomfortability, we tend to be comfortable with that. Like we actually designed and we're pushed to be comfortable with these shitty fucking lives. And it's crazy to actually think of the psychological aspect of that, because you know what I mean? It's like you should not be comfortable. You should not want a fucking 4-day work week. You should want a 7-day fucking work week, because I need more fucking money, and I need more money right fucking now. And for every hour that I'm sleeping, for every minute that I'm sleeping, for every second that I'm fucking sleeping, that I'm not doing something is not adding value to my fucking life. Do you know what I mean? For every second and minute and hour that I'm watching Netflix is not adding value to my fucking life. For every second and minute and an hour that I'm playing a PlayStation is not adding value to my fucking life. And if I find comfortability in that, that's a massive fucking alarm bell. That's a massive red flag. It's like, why am I comfortable in being in this docile state? Why am I comfortable with that? It's a crazy question, because we all do it, and I've been there as well. right? And it tends to creep in. It's a hard battle to fight and things like that. But you tend to realize, you tend to see that, you know, through a lot of conveniences and all of these notions and these distractions, they always want to put more and more screens in front of you to distract you somehow. Do you know what I mean? And you can go down the rabbit holes of fucking YouTube and the rabbit holes of shorts and shit like that, and you can do all of that, but it adds nothing. It's a culmination of nothing minutes, nothing hours, nothing days, and nothing weeks, and nothing fucking months, right? And that'll just compound itself until you're in your deathbed and you realize that you've had a fucking nothing life. So it's just something to look at, man. It's something that is just... Anyway, I think I've said enough. Let's carry on.
So hold on for your life, because only the strong survive.
So ending that, actually, I wanted to actually end that little rant over there, is that you are, whoever you are, including myself, everybody watching this, wherever you are right now, you deserve to be there. If it hasn't made you uncomfortable enough to change it, then it means you're comfortable with it, which means you deserve to be exactly where you are right now. And that's a fucking fact of life. Let's carry on. This fucking track. You know that I absolutely adore track when I go on a fucking rant. That's something that I've actually noticed, right? And I'm sure you people have noticed. If I like something, I fucking spill on it, right? A lot of the times I will just say my piece on this and this and this and this and this. But when it actually gets into me, when it actually gets under my fucking skin, right? That's when I open the floodgates to my thoughts, right? And you know, so that should give you some level of understanding as to how I feel about this track. Okay, let's go. Listen to me carefully. Listen to me very, very carefully. Come here. Come here. This track is Alter Bridge's best fucking track. Take everything else we've reacted to, everything else we've listened to, shift that entire playlist down, and take this track and slap it to #1. Done. Matter of fact. Defined. Set in stone. Cemented. This is the best track of Alter Bridge. Okay? Unequivocally. There's just no debate about it. The best fucking track I've heard of Alter Bridges. This hit a nerve. And it like I told you, if I'm ranting, if I'm opening the floodgates, it's because it is an absolute beast of a fucking track and it spoke to me. So you guys let me know what you think down below, man. Lots more to come. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.